How's it going, everybody? It's Extreme Gaming here, and today I'm going to be having my Battlefield Hardline, I guess I could call it a review, just, my thoughts over the game, or of the beta, anyway. And I know this may be a little late, because I've had the beta for a while now, and it's been out for a while, but, I just kind of wanted to wait a little bit, and then just to get all my thoughts together about, what I fully thought of the game, or the beta. I'm going to keep saying game, and before I get started, I just want to say that I hope everybody, at least in the United States anyway, had a good 4th of July, and a safe one as well. Nobody like blowing off their fingers with fireworks or anything stupid like that. Almost did that once, but that's a completely different story for a completely different time, so I'm just going to, stop talking about it before I end up making a life story video out of it. But, anyway, so, as you know, probably already know anyway, Battlefield Hardline, obviously going to be released by EA, is basically it's a new addition to the Battlefield series that is going to allow you to participate in heists as either as a police officer or as a robber, and there's going to be different game modes. For example, there's one where there's like a neutral site where there's basically a large amount of money. Each team is pretty much trying to fight to control that area so they can collect money and bring it back to their armored vehicle, which is on their own side of the map. However, enemies can, take money from enemy armored vehicles and take that money back to their own armored vehicle, and that would count towards their total. And that's just giving an example of one of the game modes. If you have happened to have not played the beta, just to give you kind of an idea of what a few of the game modes are. Now there's only 2 in the beta, one of which I just listed, and the other one basically is like an actual heist. Like there's an armored vehicle that explodes, oh my, sorry, I'm a little tired tonight. I'm working a lot today, so just bear with me. So there's an armored vehicle in like somewhat the center of the map, and the robbers are trying to take the money and take as much money as they can, and basically get to a point where I think they have to get $5 million, and if they get the $5 million, then they win the game, and the police officers obviously are trying to stop them. That's basically the gist of the other game mode that was presented in the beta. Now, basically what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to give you like a couple of like the pros of the beta, in my opinion, and some of the cons of the beta. Some pros, I felt like that it was definitely a fun twist to the Battlefield series, and especially because I'm not sure if there's really ever been a game like this where you're basically able to participate in like heists and stuff like this, well, especially on like a multiplayer level. Another thing is the game, like comparing to Battlefield 4 anyway, I felt like the game ran pretty well. There was not a lot of bugs that I saw with the game, if at all, really. And unlike, again, like the Battlefield 4 launch, where, I mean, the game was a total disaster from launch. I mean, let's be honest here. Another thing that I like, I mean, the graphics, were, pretty nice. I mean, they're about, I would say they're on par with Battlefield 4. I mean, you know, maybe in some areas a tiny bit above. I mean, you know, from what I could tell, it looked basically like Battlefield 4, which another thing that I really liked was the destructibility. I mean, I know Battlefield has always had, you know, or lately anyway, has had a very good destructibility feature in their game. You know, you can destroy like the surrounding buildings and whatnot. And this game, you know, they brought it into Battlefield Hardline. In one map, I remember I was in a chopper, and then I saw like a good portion of a skyscraper just kind of collapse, which is, you know, pretty cool feature. That, and another, that's kind of ties back to how the game ran well. In Battlefield 4, when you had some of like these massive building destruction, it would just horribly lag the game. I mean, or not really lag, I mean, like the game would just suffer. Like, I mean, it would drop from like 60 frames per second to like maybe 20 on a couple of maps. And that's not the case in Battlefield Hardline. When the portion of the skyscraper collapsed, there was 0 frame rate issues. I mean, it ran very well. I mean, compared to Battlefield 4 again. And some of the cons I wanted to get into, basically, this game, it's a reskinned Battlefield 4. That's all it is, really. I mean, besides it from being, you know, a really good and fun game, it's really all it is. I mean, you know, they just took a few of the player models, you know, made them cops, you know, and robbers. You know, instead of like, you know, like capturing objective, you know, they made it, you know, instead of like a flag, you know, now it's money. It's all it really is, to be honest. And like, for the people who have bought Battlefield 4, I would not recommend getting this game. Like, at least not right off the bat. I would wait for a price drop at the very least. Because it's basically, again, it's all it is. It's Battlefield 4 just reskinned without, you know, some of the bugs. That was also kind of my second point. Again, not really worth $60. I mean, you know, again, for the people who don't have Battlefield 4, you can get this game. If you don't have Battlefield 4, I mean, go right on ahead and buy Battlefield Hardline. If you don't have Battlefield 4, I think it's in that case it's worth the full $60, because that way you're not, you know, buying like a reskin of a game that you already had to pay $60 for. Another thing that I really didn't like, especially, I mean, with the beta, I know this is gonna change when the full game is released. There wasn't much content in it, to be honest. Like, a few of the gun classes, like, I mean, you know, if you're trying to pick out an assault rifle, there was maybe 3 different assault rifles you could purchase. I mean, I get that it's a beta, but I mean, there wasn't very many weapons to choose from, and I mean, a lot of you know, the gun options had less than 3 options. I mean, you know, maybe 2 guns, if not 1 gun to choose from. And especially like with some of the gadgets, I mean, you maybe had like, I think like 3 or 4 gadgets in total to choose from. And I mean, again, I know it's a beta, but still, I mean, you know, you gotta give your consumers a little bit better taste of the game in order for them to, you know, fully commit to the game. And I think with that, I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about. And one thing I'm going to say really quick, as you know, you would think that I would have Battlefield Hardline footage running in the background, and I've wanted to. However, I checked my email this morning, and I actually received a copyright notice from EA over my Battlefield Hardline gameplay, the first video I put up from that, all they said was that it was copyright for the visual aspects, so they just copyrighted me because I posted gameplay of Battlefield Hardline. And I just want to say, EA, why? Just why? I mean, I know you probably want people to, download the beta for themselves, and try out the game. But there's some people who can't do that, or, don't have, like, the hard drive space. I don't know how you wouldn't have the hard drive space, but whatever. And, maybe they just want to see, a quick, 10-15 minute, clip of, how the game looks, and, maybe some comments on the game. But why copyright people for doing that? Because in my video, and especially in my video, all I did was give really good feedback about the game the first time, and they're putting copyright strikes on my channel, and I don't think I received a strike for it. I think I just kind of received a warning. But still, that discourages me from posting gameplay about it. That doesn't allow other people to see the gameplay footage and my comments about the game, and that could turn away potential customers from your game. I just don't understand this. I just don't really have any words for that. And oh man, I went way over on my gameplay footage. I'm probably just gonna have to combine a couple of different gameplays. But anyway, besides, went on a little tangent right there. But anyways, guys, that's my opinion on Battlefield Hardline. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below. And by the way, I'm going to have some more funny moments for you guys here soon. It's just for the past month or so, there hasn't been a lot of games for us to play. We're all pretty burnt out on GTA and Black Ops 2, and luckily the other night I got on Black Ops 2. A couple of my friends are playing Black Ops 2, and I got probably about 40 minutes of footage, which is probably going to break down into probably about 4 videos or so. And when I get back from a little trip on Wednesday, I promise that I will upload these funny moments. I'm just going to take the time during this vacation for me to edit a lot and provide some more videos for you guys. So again, did I already say that? Yes, I did. I'm gonna say it again, I guess. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, and this has been Extreme Gaming, and we'll see you on the next one.